The French knot makes a cute little raised dot on the front of the fabric here. You can use these as individual dots, or you could even cluster them together to fill in a space. So how do you make the French knot? We start by bringing our needle up from the back of the fabric, and then I find it's helpful to lay your hoop flat on your surface in front of you, and we want to pinch the thread that is coming out of the fabric about 4 inches away with your hand that isn't holding the needle. Now with your needle in the other hand, we're going to wrap this thread between your thumb and the fabric around your needle. So I'm going to wrap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I want to keep holding this thread in my other hand, and I bring my needle back down into the fabric right next to where I came up. You can see I'm not going right in the same spot, I'm going right next to it. And I'm just going to leave my needle resting in the fabric here for a second, because all of this thread is loose and loopy around my needle. And with this hand that's holding the thread, I just want to give it a nice little tug so everything is tightly wrapped around the needle and flush with the fabric. Then I keep holding this thread with my hand and gently push the needle through the fabric and tug, so we get a nice little French knot here. French knots are all about tension, so that's why it's very important to hold your thread and keep it taut throughout the process. So again, I'll come up, lay my hoop flat on the table, pinch my thread about 4 inches away. In between where I'm pinching my thread and it's coming out of the fabric, that is the thread I'm going to wrap around my needle. So this time I'll wrap twice. 1, 2, and then I bring my needle back down right next to where I came up, and before I push my needle all the way through the fabric, just gently tug so all of that thread that's wrapped around my needle is flush with the needle and the fabric. And once it is, then I'll just gently push my needle on through the fabric here and tug so I get a cute little French knot. And there you go, that's the French knot.